Hello, καλησπέρα. Welcome to the stream. Just checking everything if they work properly. I think I will do the music a bit down. Check if it's okay. I think works okay. So I'll let the Discord link on the chat for whom wants to join our Discord. If you are here, say hello. This stream is gonna be about QuintAce. We're gonna solve some hunts. Maybe we're gonna play a bit on compete mode as well. In case you don't know QuintAce, I'll let the command on the chat. AI solver and coach. If somebody wants to solve some hunt, that I solved a hunt or something, can post a hunt on my Discord on hunt discussion, and we will check it. Just let me know that you post it there, and we will go. So let's open the application. Okay, okay. Let's log in. And what we're gonna see, some hunts that I played these days. And we will try to explore them. Leaks, some mistakes. Most of the hunts are played on NL100. And yeah, let's check if I want to, if I put, for example, the hunt like this, but it will be difficult. Anyway, let's check. To have it as well, maybe it's useful. So let's start by checking this one. How is the action? Middle position opens. And we are on the button, and we'll go with the rebet. We don't have the 7.5x on the option on QuintAce. We will go with the 9x. Small blind folds and big blind, and the middle position going with the call. And we'll have the flop of A6-5. And villain starts with shaking. Then we got the Ace-8. And yeah, it's a mixed strategy, as we see. And yeah, probably I mixed the hand and I go with a check, which looks totally fine. So we'll go with a check. And the turn is coming the 9 of hearts. And now the out of position player, the villain, I guess that he has some check or overbet. Let's see, for example. Yeah. QuintAce says that prefers the pot bet, but I think that in this scenario, if we could give the solver the 125% option, I think we'd prefer this sizing, to be honest. So when I see the spot bet, I believe that it's overbet, pretty fine. And sometimes it takes the 150%, as I see. But yes, in my opinion, is that if we could give the solver the option to choose the 125%, it would prefer this sizing. So let's say that we will go pot bet, but actually is the move that he's doing, the overbet. Actually, he's going pretty huge. So let's do the 150%. And now our hand wants to call, as we see. Even in this sizing is pure call. Then we go with the call. The river is... And now villain jumps. Let's see his range. Okay, some sixes, some full houses. If he had an ace king here, he would jump. Yeah, if he had an ace 9, he would jump. This is nice with this solver. That okay, we see that for example, we see the range that the villain should have, but we can pick up whatever hand we want and tell us what we would do, what would be the solid, the optimal strategy if we had this hand finally in this occasion somehow. And yeah, this is the power of AI. You can solve spots that in other solvers just you can't. So yeah, here he has or check or jam, and he goes with the jam. And now the solver mostly gonna fold 35% call, and mostly folds. I think against the population, we need to fold all time. So yeah, well played, I believe. But what makes it interesting is this thing here. His range that he should bet on the turn. And which of these bets the population would find. Okay, 6-5, easy bet. 6-7, I don't think a lot of people would like to bet this. 6-7, 5 for 5. 5s and 6s is okay. 9s, yes, but people should find also the 7s and 6s. And I don't think that they will find these bets, to be honest. So these river bets are missing from his range, and 10 bets. But let's go to a hand that people could have, ace king. Yeah, still bets, ace king. Bets ace queen suited. And I don't think a lot of people would go to, even the solver doesn't want to bet the jacks and tens. Interesting what is doing with the queens. Pure call and pure check, and kings. Okay, kings is unusual, pretty unusual to have in this situation. Pocket threes, pocket fours, just check. 50-50 actually. No. It takes the force with a club. It prefers this one. And the other we just check. And let's see, for example, what the force with the club are doing on the river. Let's say we go with a pot bet. We have the turn of 6. I want to see if he give ups or bets. Yeah, mixing jumps and checks. Sometimes go with a bluff, sometimes give ups. And the 8s and 7s, that the same situation. The 8s and 7s that raise on the turn. Without spade, mostly bets, and with a spade, they prefer the call. But still, you can just, if you find these bets, pick an option and do it. 50-50 RNG, and you're okay, I guess. So nice with this hand. See something else? Yeah. What's the name? Happened. Yeah. Let's see this hand. I believe in this hand that the solver against the population. I think that you should always fold. Let's see. So what's the scenario? We open from cutoff. And the big blind calls. A6 jack. Start with a check. In these flops, I play the check or 75%. I believe that mostly the solver prefer the check or overbet. Let's see. Yeah, the QuintAce doesn't have a lot of betting options, to be honest. Optimal sizings that GTO Wizard, for example, prefers. We see 36, 55, 100, and that's all. So when I see this 55, for example, I consider that if we give a 75, would prefer the 75. So I will split my range on check or 75. And the 5-4, we see that with a spade is mixing. In this scenario, I make the RNG, and I think I did the RNG. And going with a bet on the flop. So let's say that we did the RNG. And we'll go with this half pot. The villain, we see that in his range, he shouldn't have a lot of bets. And that's because of the sizing that we give. 3 bets, I mean. So when he starts to deviate a lot from theory, 10 suited, for example, 90% call. Yeah, because the sizing that we gave is big. Okay, good to know this, that actually what he wants to bet here only pocket sixes. From a value region. Okay, and he should have some 6 5s and 6 7s. I use this only combos when I want to check raise here. From the bluffy region. Yeah, people will not find this. Or maybe if they will overdo it. Yeah, we see that all the clubs with the king, they have frequencies of check raising. Let's see if we go pot bet. No, pot bet is this. Pretty similar results. So let's prefer the 55, which is closer to the strategy that we follow, and she goes with the 12. 5-4 suited, 100 call, 100% call, and the river is 2. The turn is 2 of clubs. And she goes something like 65%, 75. No, it's like 65%, something like this. Okay, here we have the half pot option, so we will use this. The solver though prefers small sizings, which is normal. When the flush completes, I play the 1/3 strategy, check or 1/3, and she goes with a half pot plus, which already we see from the flop starts to be strange, and on the turn continues to be strange. Yeah, in game I didn't give value on these details, so just, you know, you are on Ella Thessalos, welcome, bro. In game, you are running 3 tables for 4 hours, and your brain doesn't work this good. But you know, out of the tables, you need to see these spots and these details, and in next season to bring them in your mind. So when you see here using a big sizing, it's super underbluffed with what he wants to bet. Still call, but let's go back on his range. Here, let's see the deuce, and we see that he bets almost range bet with a small sizing. This means that he will put also all the range. So he should have a lot of bluffs. Let's see, even queen 10 offsuited, for example, in case he had here, play this way. So I don't believe that the population will do this. they will play more, a much more careful strategy with a lot of checking and a bit of betting with the 1/3 sizing or whatever, or also the sizing. But I mean, for that, when they do it, it's underbluffed. So yeah, he goes with the 50, and now the solver considers that she has a lot of bluffs, but we see that she doesn't have so many. Okay, we still need to call because potentially with 3 we have the nuts. And now on the queen, he jumps. Let's see his range. We see that his range is because he bet range bet on the turn, and now he has really he will choose very carefully what he will go with bet. Even small 5, for example, 6, queen 6, queen 7. Yeah, even the flushes here, they have frequencies of checking. I think the population, if they have a flush, they will just bet. Maybe they will be more careful with the smaller flushes, and will fire the, let's say, jack high flushes. Now he goes all in. Yeah, and okay, the solver says call, but we already saw that in previous streets that the population will not have this huge range on the river. All the range actually. And let's see what bluffs he wants to take. Interesting. We'll bet all clubs. Yeah. Yeah, betting a lot of clubs. Mixing. King queen with 1 club. Okay. And ace jack. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Doesn't want to bet. Jack 9, mixing. 7 with a club. Okay, this bets almost all the time because it's not strong. Takes it as a bluff, most 80%. But again, people will not have these hands. So yeah. Not bad the call, but I believe that against the population, we need to find this kind of faults. Solverized, it's acceptable. But if you see that, for example, the sizing that the opener gave, the villain gave, it's starts to be pretty underbluffed. We saw from pre-flop, turn, and river. Yeah. Let's go back on the check. It. Yeah. Okay, cool. Use. Yeah, the tricky thing is that here the solver makes the range bet. Pretty tricky. I didn't expect this. Interesting. It's something that the population will not do. And mostly when the solver makes here the range bet makes it with 33%. So we see that he's going with 65 something. So yeah, we need to find this this sizing tells. Okay, next hand. It's excellent then. So villain opens from the bottom. We'll go with the 3-bet from the small blind. Big blind folds and the villain calls. 10 of hearts, 5 of spades, 6 of clubs. And here, yeah, I think the ace-10 wants to purely bet. I use a half pot sizing on these flops, 10 high flops. Let's see what the solver is doing. It uses a 70-30 frequency with a 75% sizing most of the time. Sometimes goes with a 50%. So yeah, I think that just simplify, go with a 50% range, but it can be okay. So let's say that we'll go with a half pot sizing. He calls 8, and I believe on the 8 we will have a range check. Close. We have the ace of heart. With the ace of heart, we want to bet most of the times. But again, we need to consider to the population with which kind of person we are playing. I have no idea now who was this guy. As I see, I have no tag on him. So yeah, I believe that in game I thought that, okay, this card not good at all for my range, so I will have a lot of checking, which is true. But the ace-10 still prefers to bet, okay. For volume protection mostly, because yeah. Also jacks, also queens. Here we go with a check. And the interesting is that he checks back. On the river, we have the 9. And now I go with exploit 1/3 sizing. I don't think that the solver prefers this. 50% preferred, some with ace 10, sometimes 33. So it's not so bad. Yeah, I still prefer the sizing when I want to bet. The ace 10 of wants to bet a lot, I think, on this river to take some value from 10 jack, 10 queen, 10 king, and some hero calls. And I don't believe that the population will find some races optimal. So if they find the race here will be value. So that's why I like the 1/3. And yeah. And we see that this guy with a straight just called there. He didn't even go for value. Where the solver jumps. So yeah, the 1/3 works a lot there. And would go with value with 2 pair plus. Yeah. All the sets. The 9. Yeah, 2 pair plus. He goes with a jump. Doesn't have bet, and he has only one sizing. Okay, has some 75. Let's say that it's a check or jam. But also the solver will find some ace 5s. King 10s. Low frequency. Yeah. So I believe it's well played. Yeah, I believe it's very well played. Just the most of the times we prefer to bet on the turn with the ace of heart. And just let's go again to on the turn. And give the bet. With sizing 50, let's say. And he goes with a call, let's say. And now it's coming a heart. Do we jam the ace 10? Yeah. And we go with a jam with the ace of hearts. What about if it was the 9 of hearts? Still we want to jam? No. Here we give up. The straight completes. Let's say that it's the queen of hearts. Here we go with value bet. 25% value bet. Okay. Yeah, it's the same situation as value. We block the flush. We can take calls with this sizing by horse. So yeah, nice. One more. This is tricky. Δεν 50. So let's go. We are on the cutoff and we open. And the big blind calls. 10-6 deuce. Check. Here we got a lot of check, I think. The solver prefers to mix it. Okay. I'm pretty sure that I did the range bet. The RNG. And we'll go with the check. I do RNG almost in all flops. And if we bet here, we prefer, yeah, the 50% sizing. So yeah, check or 50%. That's exactly what I would do in this flop. Ace 8. Hello, Isco. Welcome. Welcome, bro. And is coming the king. He has a lot of checking and some leads. The interesting is that when it leads, here goes with a small bet. Actually, mixing call sizing depends. Yeah, if I wanna lead, I think I'm going to lead pot bet. Maybe over bet. At least 55%. So this 1/3, I don't really wanna add in my strategies. And I don't think that I wanna lead in general in the king. Yeah, maybe in future we can have some adjustments with the solver, so we can give a range check here for to apply our strategy to the solver. Let's go with a check. On the king, we have the ace of clubs, but still the ace, I think, is pretty strong and doesn't want to bet. Mixing. And goes with a pot bet. Let's say here that we're gonna check our pot bet. So yeah, on frequencies, I think, okay, it's because we have the ace of spades, of clubs, wants to bet. And wants to bet a lot. I go with the check. I don't remember if I used RNG. I think I just saw my hand and said, okay, I'm strong. I'm still strong. I don't need to bluff my ace. And yeah, let's go check. And it's coming the 9 of clubs. And that's the reason we want to bet on the turn the ace of clubs. And now he goes with this half pot sizing, which I hate. But the population loves. The solver here goes third, goes over, but mixing all sizings. I think that if I want to bet here, I want to bet or 1/3 of 75. Not clear with the solver. But still I will have a lot of checking. And when I see this half pot, I want to attack. And I have the very good blocker to attack. The solver prefers to give up and sometimes to attack. There's an exploit, I think, on the sizing. I prefer to attack to this guy. Okay. Yeah, the sizing that I use is okay. Perfect. Also well played. That's the thing is, when do you decide to mix one time check, one time bet? What do you mean? I don't get it. Let's see if on the turn we go with a bet. What we do on the river? And let's go pot bet. Calls and comes the 9. Checks. Do we bluff or no? Yeah, 100% bluff. All the sizings. Really all the sizings. If I want to bluff here, I don't know. I think I go with a 75. Or the pot bet. Yeah, so it uses the ace of clubs on the turn, or in case it comes a club on the river to turn it on the bluff. Nice. Like solver uses mixed strategy. Sometimes he prefers to check, sometimes to bet, and with different sizing. Yes, we use the RNG for this reason. Find these frequencies of the solver, but not in all situations. Of course, we are not machines. Let's see this one. Something fast. I think I put this hand just for the sizing of the flop. I'm not sure if I want to go half pot or 75. I think that both sizings are okay. But let's confirm. And I don't know if QuintAce has the option of 75 on the flops. And I think that can vary the strategy, the sizing according to the strategy of the solver. So even in GTO Wizard, we can see this yeah, this 51% or yeah. We see that mixes a lot, aggressive mix. I like the half pot sizing for some reason, but yeah, but because it's pretty connected, it will be good if they add why he's certain things like little explanation. Yes. Maybe they will add something. I think when the coach gives you, this AI coach gives you advice, it has some explanations, but not here. Here you need to find alone. Yeah, here we can go around third. Yeah, the 75% doesn't make sense. 1/3 or half pot. And aggressive mix. I like to use the half pot, to be honest. And that's why I go with the half pot. Oh, okay. And I want to see the same with an ace. Ace, 8, 7. Here I would go 1/3. Yeah, it's pretty the same. We can go 1/3 or 1/3 or half pot, whatever. And let's put also the queen. The queen will be mostly half pot. Okay. Go next. The next is also about the flop. Then the I don't know. Somebody posted a hand. I don't think so. If somebody posted, let me know. Then because big on the under the gun. Oh, and who call us? The big blind calls. King Jack 10. I go with the half pot sizing. I don't know if aggressive mix and 30% or yeah. I think here we can do 1/3 range bet. Not yeah. Everything is mixing, so 1/3 range bet, pretty fine. Okay. Let's see this, for example, King Jack 10. That will be more clean range bet. It's the pretty same result. I think here is pretty fine. He opens. goes with 1/3. Yeah. And why is that happening? Because he can bet you with Queen 9, can bet you with whatever, A7, which our 3 deuce now is stronger. So if we have value, we'll continue, no matter if it's even hearts. Okay. Bad fault. I think now we will see a misplay. I think it's really big misplay, this one. We open 3x, the big blind calls, monotone, king 6, 4. I go range check here. Yeah, it's pretty close to the range check. I simplify to range check. And we see that he bets with a lot of bluffs with mixing with bluffs. Sometimes check, sometimes bet. Let's see the king 6, for example. Yeah, same situation. Mixing a lot, heavily mixing. I think the pool will play much more simple. Yeah, we see that the solver mixes also the ace-3 of without any spades. There's a bluff because it can generate a lot of folding AQT. But still, when I bet here, I want to have some blockers. And the sizing that prefers is 1/3, 1/3 or half, but okay, let's say 1/3. This guy goes with 1/3, it's pretty fine. We have aces. Yeah, have call. Easy call. To bet here with aces, I think is overplay, misplay. Here again, I play range check. But we see that the solver starts to mix some leads. With 10% sizing. We can simplify to range check and not to have these strategies. Now he continues with half pot. The solver one wants to bet size up. He uses this half pot, but Yeah, mostly wants to go 3/4, even pot bet. So let's say here he needs to have a bet of 3/4. Okay, he goes with a half pot. It's accepted on the solver. And now we have the ace. Here we can go with a check raise. I didn't think it in game. And the reason is that I'm still losing a lot this flop. From king 6, king 4, 6/4, 3/5. And I don't know. Okay, the aces, they want to bet, but is it really value here, or you trap yourself? And I did this, thought that, okay, let's take it simple. Sometimes I lose here, sometimes I win. Let's see what I want to do with my hand. I think that I want to take the river. Just called. And we have the deuce, which I read wrong. It's a good card for me, but it's not. He goes now with the 75. And we see that ace it's call 100%, and I go with a bet, which is misplay. And we lose value. We lose EV. Yeah, I wanted to take more value, extract more value from some 2 pairs and some king highs, some kings, but as we see, he can have all these deuces, he can have all these, all the sets, the full houses, I mean, even the straight and the flush, obviously. Okay, the flush we block, so I didn't really worried about them. That's why I bet, just to take value from worse things that they will call, but they are not a lot. They are only some kings. Okay. And let's see the next one. Next misplay. Rex. Hope you can see. So cutoff opens. And we are on the bottom. We'll go to 11x. Doesn't have 11. Let's put 12.5. No. No, here we can fold. It has 11.5. Okay. And this guy calls. Jack 9-7. And this, yeah, it's a passive mixed strategy. A jack without diamond. This is our hand. 50-50. And goes with a half pot. I think we did the RNG here and we'll go with a check. Yeah, the guy here has a hand that he should never have. The kings, as we see. And he goes now with a big bet on the flop. But the solver prefers the 1/3, as we see. Interesting. I don't think that anybody will find the 1/3 here. Or, okay, 1/3 half pot. Mostly I would go with the half pot, to be honest. Okay, the sizing is 1/3. And we see that this guy goes close to pot bet. Yeah, 75%. Which is out of theory and show us strength. Our hand unfortunately can't fold. Wants to raise sometimes. This is pretty nice because we unblock all the flushes. And even if we got called from some queens, we have equity. So yeah, here I prefer the mostly on this sizing to jam without the diamond. Makes sense. The solver doesn't prefer to jam, but as an exploit, I would jam. I find it more correct. But the thing is that, okay, let's see what the solver would do on the, okay, what we did. Jack 9-7. Check 1/3. Now what we do? Yeah, it goes like click back something. Click back 33%. Not click back. So goes with a raise on this sizing. And goes with a raise also on this sizing. Here now prefers to have some 8% jumps. Yeah. I don't really like the 30% here. If I do a move, I want to jump because I unblock the flashes. And I want to, and I have a lot of equity for later streets. Anyway, we'll go with the call, which again on this sizing I don't like. And now we have a bad card, the 7. Check, he goes half pot. The sizing here again is small. And yeah, and the solver when has here kings prefers the half pots, so he used the correct sizing. Let's see our raise jack. I think it will never fold, of course. The solver now prefers to jam. I go with a call, which is a significant mistake. Because again, I unblock the flashes. Let's see if we have the ace. Yeah, with the diamond, we prefer to call because we block some bluffs. Mixing also with the jack, some calls, jack of diamonds. Yeah, bad call here. What we had then, and now it goes all in. I see. Mistake. We go check. It goes all in. We have 47 back. We see that the solver always call. Yeah, huge mistakes in this. She will never have a worse hand than us. I mostly see here pocket nines and full houses and queens from the population. Nothing else. Even king queen. Correct. Yeah, we see a lot of combos that we lose. The solver takes these hands as a bluff. Even ace queen. People will never have. So it's mostly on the hands here that we see, which we lose at 90% of the times. The best situation is the ace jack to split, because king jack, queen jack, he will check back. So here the fold is very good on the river if we are on this situation. And probably I prefer the jam on the flop, even on the turn, if we don't find it on the flop. But in other hand, we can see that because of the sizings, we can go with a line that we did as an exploit. Or we go check jam, or we go call, fold, and we save 45 blinds on the river. Of course, a call is the worst thing, and I did it. Okay, nice. And let's see one last hand. So the small blind opens and we call. Have this king, deuce. And starts with a check. Interesting check, but I believe that here king, deuce, king has a range bet. Okay, I simplify to a range bet. Goes with a check. And the interesting is that I check back. But mostly we're gonna bet, okay. Jack of spades. Now she goes half pot, which is fine for the solver. And we go with a call. Okay. On the 3, page. See the server sizing. I still prefer more sizing. Hotbed. It goes with a 75. And our king 10. Gonna raise. I go with a click back, but the solver wants to go higher to the times, especially with the king 10. Let's see with the click back. And he should jump, but we see that he calls. Okay. So, yeah, who wants to try QuintAce for free? I let the command of the chat. QuintAce AI powered poker solver. Use code LudusXQA for early access. Free early access. Try it. It's for free. On last stream we saw how to navigate on this platform, and we will continue to explore hands and etc. in future. So thanks a lot for coming. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. See you in the next one. Bye.